All right, so we are going to review some of these answers to the question of what did you learn on pages 84 and 85 with regards to speaking effectively. And now I'm going to take you, screen just disappeared on me. All right, now I'm going to take you to my top secret screen here. Paige and Camille, talk to me. What's going on? I'm not seeing you in Pear Deck. All right, let's see what Lighthouse had to say about this. He said, I learned that for certain presentations require different methods for success. Okay, for example, a business meeting, the presenter would use different charts and numbers to express his points. Okay, all right. Ricky Butler, if you speak effective, you can motivate people and inspire them. All right. Now, and a lot of people make this mistake, but like there's a difference between effective and I like to say effective. They yeah, they sound alike, but they have different meanings. So in this case, we're talking about one that starts with an E, effectively. Effectively. Um, Affect with an A is actually a verb, whereas E is an adjective. All right, Justin, speaking in front of a large crowd is most people's fear. Yeah, you would be surprised. You would really be surprised by that, and I think Renee touches on it as well. Speaking to a crowd is an impressive skill, but at the same time, many people fear doing it, and is actually up there with the fear of death. Like you would, if somebody told you that just kind of off the bat, like, okay, do you fear dying more, or do you fear talking in front of people? And just most people, for whatever reason, say, "Yeah, I don't fear death, but talking in front of people, oh my gosh, just kill me now." Right? There's so much anxiety and just kind of built up and nervousness and with respect to people just kind of build that up in themselves and like, oh no, speaking in front of a crowd, like a big crowd, oh no, because well, we're gonna get into that, the different fears and whatnot. We're gonna get into that a little bit later. Okay, Sylvia says something I learned was that even the most noticed people by the public get nervous. That's right. You know, even though you've done it many times, you still kind of get those butterflies in your belly, as they say, and especially if it's somebody, let's say it's somebody new that you're talking to, or even performing, right? Jay-Z, Beyonce, and I use them a lot. But other performers, yeah, they still right before the show get a little queasy. But here's the thing: when you've done it, right, you may have little butterflies at first, but the longer that you're like, once you start talking to people and you're presenting, like, okay, all right, yeah, I'm nervous now, but like after a few minutes, you start, and once you start connecting with your audience and your audience starts connecting with you, and you kind of get a good vibe in the room, then you start to settle down, right? And that nervousness goes away. Okay. All right. Oriana says how the way that you speak can affect your audience. That's right. That's right. The audience, as I mentioned before, the audience feeds off of you, right? The group of people that you are talking to, they feed off of your energy. So let's say if I was a coach, right? I coach and my team, football team, and we're getting ready to play in the championship game, and I'm trying to pep them up like this, and my voice is like this, and my head is down, and I'm barely talking, and they can't even really understand what I'm saying right now, and my monotone voice. How in the world is anybody supposed to get hyped up off of that, right? And get motivated and go ready to, fight for your team and with your teammates, and you're not going to be able to do that. They're not getting any good vibes from you. So your audience feeds off of your energy. Okay. All right, that's a good one, Ariana. So Joseph, that the fear of public speaking is actually ahead of some other fears. Yeah, like riding an airplane and dying in the airplane. Yeah. An orator. That's right. An orator is a person that is known for their speech and speaking or writing skills. Mostly speaking, but yeah, that's what an orator is. And Jakaya says, I learned speaking to an audience in public is one of the oldest forms of human communication. Yeah, as I mentioned before, back in the year 99, not 1999, I'm saying 99. Back in the year 99, wasn't a whole bunch of technology going around. Wasn't any technology going around, right? So all they had was their voice, and all they had was the ability to connect with their audience, using eye contact and your voice, and just kind of making that human to human connection, right? So it's been around for a long, long, long time. All right, Paige and Aria and Camille, still waiting on comments from you. All right, so while we're doing that, we're going to shift gears. I'm going to leave it on that screen for the rest of you to make a comment. But right now, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to watch a video. Only about 4.5 minutes long. And hopefully it works for me this time because I'm having some problems earlier. All right, stand by. You might even want to take some notes. I mean, because it's a really good video. All right, here we go. And then we're going to talk about it afterwards and do an activity.
I was flunking out of college. I had a 1.7 grade point average. I hope none of you can relate. I had a 1.7 grade point average. I was sitting in my mother's beauty shop. They still call it beauty shops now? What they call it now? Yeah, I was sitting in the beauty parlor. I was sitting in my mother's beauty parlor, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I see behind me this woman under the dryer. And every time she looked up, every time I looked up, she was looking at me, just looking me in the eye. And I didn't know who she was, and I said, she said, somebody give me a pen, give me a pencil. I have a prophecy. March 27, 1975. She said, boy, you are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people. Now, mind you, I was flunked out of college. I'm thinking about joining the army. I didn't know what I was going to do, and she's telling me I'm going to travel the world and speak to millions of people. Well, I have traveled the world, and I have spoke to millions of people. But that's not the most important thing, the success that I had. The most important thing is that what she taught me and what she told me that day has stayed with me since. I've been protected. I've been directed. I've been corrected. Fail big. That's right. Fail big. You only live once. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances professionally. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test was 9 dots. and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. So don't be afraid to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals. Life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. I try to give myself a goal every day. And understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day. You've heard the saying, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Hard work works. Working really hard is what successful people do. And in this text, tweet, twerk world that you've grown up in, remember, just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Remember that. Just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Don't confuse movement with progress. My mother told me, she said, yeah, because you can run in place all the time and never get anywhere. So continue to strive, continue to have goals, continue to progress. And anything you want good, you can have. So claim it. Work hard to get it. When you get it, reach back. Pull someone else up. Each one, teach one. Don't just aspire to make a living. Aspire to make a difference.
All right. Thought that was a great video, great speech by Denzel Washington. And so what we're going to do now is that we're going to talk about that, but we're going to break up into teams. Actually, we're going to break up into teams, and so I need everybody to listen up so that you know what team you're on. Okay? I need everybody to listen up right now. I don't want to have to repeat myself. All right, so Team Alpha. Team Alpha. There will be 2 people on each team. Team Alpha is Wallace and Sylvia. Wallace and Sylvia, Team Alpha. Team Bravo, Sean House and Ricky Butler. That's Team Bravo, Sean House and Ricky Butler. Renee and Paige, Team Charlie. Renee and Paige are Team Charlie. Oriana and Justin, Team Delta. Team Delta. And Joseph and Camille, Team Echo. Joseph and Camille, Team Echo. And then the last team, last but not least, Jakaya and Aria. Jakaya and Aria, Team Foxtrot. Okay? All right, so remember your teams. We're actually going to get into a Jamboard here. So I'm going to post the Jamboard link into the chat. And then once you enter the Jamboard, you go to your team page. All right, so I want you to answer the each on your team page. You go to your team page, and each person on the team should post 2 sticky notes. And make sure you add your name to the sticky note. You know, you can just put your first name. So type in your sticky note, and then put your name, and then type in your second sticky note and put your name to answer the question on your team page. Okay, because each team page has its question at the top. And then once you're done with that, there's a page called Team Everybody, and you'll see it because it's right in the middle, like it's page 4, I believe. Team Everybody. And that's where we'll talk about fears, the fears of public speaking. So I want everybody to post 1 or more sticky notes on that page. So at the very least, you should have 3 total sticky notes. 3 total sticky notes, 2 on your page, and then at least 1 on the Team Everybody page, the fear page. Okay. Any questions? All right, so I'll give you all a few minutes to do that. And then what I'll do actually is I will ask everybody to pick one of your sticky notes and just kind of, say a little something about it. And, just kind of explain what you've written. Okay. All right, get to work. Paige and Camille, are you still with us? Paige Brown, Camille Paz. I'm not seeing you. Oh, okay. You are here, Camille. Have you completed, were you able to get into Pear Deck? Camille? All right, Paige, you're here too. Great. So I need you to, let me see here. Yeah, Paige and Camille, need you to get into that Pear Deck link that I posted a long while ago and answer the question, just answer the question, what is the skill um, for speaking effectively? What is a trait that you need to have for speaking effectively? And then once you do that, I need you to get into the Jamboard and get on your respective teams. The link to the Jamboard link page, the Pear Deck link. Okay. All right, here's the Pear Deck link. And what we read pages 84 and 85 that I'm showing right now. And really the question was, what did you learn from reading pages 84 and 85? That's what you answer in Pear Deck for Camille and Paige. And then once you're finished with that, you get into the Jamboard. I just posted the link for that. Neil, I think you're on Team Echo. In Jamboard, you're on Team Echo. And then Paige, you are on Team Charlie. Justin, you're on Team Delta. Justin, you're on Team Delta. All right, so I'll give you all a few minutes to finish up your sticky notes. So again, post 2 notes on your team page. Each person posts 2 notes on your team page. Make sure you write your name on it too, so that I can give you credit. And then go to the fear page. That should be on page 4. And I want everybody to post at least 1 sticky note on the fear of public speaking page. That's team everybody. You'll see it. All right. All right. So I'll give you all a few minutes to finish that up. And then I'm going to call on everybody to just to kind of, review one of your sticky notes on your team page. Just kind of explain what you have there. You can just pick one. All right, so one last thing. So make sure your sticky notes and your text boxes, make sure they're big enough. You might need to increase the size of them so that everybody can read them once we start reviewing some of them. Okay, just increase the size of just a little bit. Some of them are real tiny, especially the ones that have a lot of words. I want to go ahead and increase the size on that. Paige and Camille, I didn't see anything in Pear Deck from you. Paige, I saw something, but it says deleted response. So I'm not sure what might have happened. Miss Turner, are you still with us? I think you're supposed to be on Team Foxtrot area, but I don't see any inputs from you on Team Foxtrot page. All right, we're going to go ahead and start reviewing. So I'm going to go start with Team Alpha. I'm going to ask and share my screen here. All right, Sean House.
So
why don't you go ahead and pick one and explain it. So oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Tell you what, let me, well, since we're here, since we're already on this page, I actually meant to start with Team Alpha. We'll go ahead and start with Team Bravo. It doesn't make too much of a difference. All right, what qualities of an effective speaker did Denzel Washington display? You know what? It would actually be better to start with Team Alpha because that's kind of the order of the questions. So let's start with Team Alpha. All right, Wallace Lane. All right, so what are the qualities of an effective speaker? And you can use page 84, 85 as a resource, So pick one of your answers there and just kind of explain it.
I said the knowledge of the subject they're speaking on. And I say that because if you don't know what you're talking about and you're just up there rambling, then nobody's going to really want to listen to you. But if you do know what you're talking about and you seem like, then you'll really be interested in it. And you might find something that you really like and other people will start to like that too.
Okay, well done. Yeah, knowing what you're talking about really helps. right? Knowing the subject of what you're discussing, and again, trying to communicate your thoughts and ideas to other people, it kind of helps if you know and have a good grip of what those thoughts and ideas are for yourself before you try to tell, another group of people. All right. All right. Great job, Wallace. Sylvia.
Yes.
All right. So let's hear about one of yours. Matter of fact, I think we just kind of talked about confidence in an indirect way in terms of what Wallace was saying. Would you go ahead and maybe explain your other one?
Okay, so keeping eye contact with your audience, because like you want to make sure that your audience know that you want to know that your audience that you're actually facing them and speaking to them and not just like reading off from a paper, you know?
I do know. Yes, well said. So again, when you want to try to connect with your audience, right? You connect with what you're saying, your words, but you also connect with body language. And part of that body language is eye contact. Okay. So again, the whole idea, remember, I mean, the whole example of what I gave a little earlier in terms of the football coach kind of looking down, with the monotone voice. Like he's giving off some really bad vibes right now. Not even like the group is over here and I'm looking down here and got my head down. Yeah, that's part of it. All right, well done, Sylvia. Miss Cooper, that looks like yours.
Yes. So mine is strengthening your voice and speaking loud so that everyone and more can hear you. Also being able to provide feedback. So basically what I mean by that is one thing that I did like in middle school, even though it's not speaking, but I had to adjust my voice because I was a cheerleader. So I had to make sure that my team and the people on the other side of the crowd or anything can hear me. So that's what I mean by strengthening your voice and speaking loud. You can't sound all quiet or pitchy or anything. You have to make sure that people can rely on you and come back to you for more things to say or advice or anything other than that. Wow. And also being able to provide feedback if somebody asks a question. You can provide feedback. Oh yeah, yeah, so and so, or just anything when you have a conversation with anybody or public appearance. That's it.
All right, well done, Jakaya. Well done. Yeah. So I knew obviously for you, like there's no way you would even make the cheerleader team if go team go, rah rah rah, go team go, score another touchdown. UGLY, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. Yeah, you ugly. Yeah. So that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. And it's not gonna work for a cheerleader. It's not gonna work for a public speaker. If that's what you do, especially if you're an orator, right? That's not gonna work. You have to have a nice, loud speaking. You don't have to yell, right? You don't have to yell, but you have to be enthusiastic and project your voice, just like Jakaya said. All right, well done. Let's go to Team Bravo next. All right, Sean House. What qualities of an effective speaker did Denzel Washington display?
In his speech, he kept eye contact and he kept staying interactive with the crowd. Like in the beginning, he asked like about the beauty salon, and then he made jokes along with it, staying positive and staying serious at the same time.
All right, well done, well done. He connected with his crowd in various ways, right? With eye contact, telling a relatable story, and so there's different ways that you can connect with your audience. All right, well done, House. Ricky Butler, give me one.
Like when he was talking about in his speech when it's like okay to feel big, and he was giving examples how he felt, and he was saying like don't give up, like you have to keep going and pushing through.
All right, well done, Ricky. Yeah, fail big. He kind of said that a few times. Fail big, meaning don't be a don't be afraid to fail. Is essentially what he was talking about, right? Don't be afraid to fail. Like go for it. Like if you see that mountain over there, like okay, if you might not be able to climb that mountain, but go try to climb the mountain. If that's what you want to do. If that's what you aspire to do, right? All right, so well done, Team Bravo, Team Charlie. Renee Castro, give me one.
Yeah, the first one, I was saying that, but what I learned from the speech, it was like to do like whatever, like, like you have a passion for, but to like also don't be like, afraid to like take any risk.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Don't be afraid to take any risks, right? That goes to what we were talking about, that comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
If you stay within that zone, right, that little comfort zone, you're not gonna take any risks, and if you don't take any risks, then you're not gonna get outside of the comfort zone, right? You want to expand.
So
yeah. All right. So well done, Renee. Are all three of those yours?
those two, my name next to it, those are mine.
Okay. Who's the other one? Who?
The third one's mine.
Oh, yeah. Put your name on there, Paige, so I can give you credit. I didn't know whose that was. All right.
Okay.
Why don't you explain yours real quick?
Mine is like, so Denzel to me is like a strong person. So what I got from it is like he wants to make like other people strong and allow them to stand up for themselves.
All right. Outstanding. That's right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh no, I'm done.
Okay. All right. Well said. Yeah. And he talked about each one teach one. We used to say that when I was in college at Howard. Each one teach one. You got to help somebody else to be strong. All right. Let's go. We're gonna come back to this page. All right, Team Delta. Team Delta, you only got one sticky note. What's going on? All right, Ariana. What types of speaking situations are stressful for you?
Well, I said it was stuttering or messing up through the process of me talking, because I had that happen to me multiple times, and like I'm scarred. I can't talk in public, and it's hard because I just refer back to what happened to me like a long time ago.
Yeah, that happens, and that happens to everybody. I see that. I'll watch on the news, and I'm watching the news. I'm watching different shows, and yeah, people are not always perfect. Don't try to be perfect, right? Just give good effort. Nobody's expecting you to be perfect, and if you mess up, you mess up, right? You got to keep it moving. You can't just like, oh, I'm going to jump out of the window because I messed up. No, just try better, try harder, and keep it moving. Okay, you working on it. That's all you can do, Ariana. That's all you can do. All right. Where was you supposed to have a partner? I'm not sure who else was on Team Delta.
That's my fault. I thought the slide before was, I didn't really read up top, so I thought the fourth slide was ABCD. You know what I mean? I'm writing now.
Okay. All right. Let's keep it moving. Team Echo. So, why do you think certain speaking situations are stressful for you, Joseph?
The first one I said because the amount of people I could be speaking to. And then the second one I said the importance of the people I'm talking to or speaking to.
Okay, yeah. I mean that makes a difference. Let's say if you came into the room and let's say you work for a company or something, and you came into the room and the president and CEO of the company is sitting in there, and I'm going to say she, and she's sitting there like waiting on you, like, okay, well, all right, as in like, entertain me. What do you got to say? And so, yeah, that could be a little bit intimidating, especially if you didn't know that she was going to be in the room. And then maybe you used to speaking to small crowds, and then your boss says, "Hey, I need you to speak at the conference next week." It's like, "Oh, okay. How many people are going to be at the conference?" "Oh, only about 2,000 people. That don't worry about it." I'm like, "Oh, okay, only about 2,000 people." But again, we're going to talk about how you can conquer some of those fears and some of those stressful moments. Okay, well done, Joseph. Let's go to Team Foxtrot. So Ariana, were you on two teams, or and Jakaya, were you on two teams as well? Who was supposed to be on this team? I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm supposed to be on Foxtrot. Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So tell you what, you go ahead, Jakaya. So how might you overcome any of the fears? You just pick one.
Okay. So I put both of them like that because like those something I do for myself and could help other people too. So I'm gonna go with the first one right here. To overcome a fear, you can think about like you don't think about it or picture yourself in like another place or a comfortable place. So basically, again, another middle school situation. I don't know what happened, but when in middle school, I used to sing. So like when we go to like concerts or anything for like to sing in front of people, I get scared because sometimes I have solos or just like the fear of being on stage and singing. Because I don't have fear of being on stage for dancing, but singing is different because I have to adjust my voice, not sound bad, make sure people can understand and, like me singing and everything. So what I would do is like not think about it, like imagine myself in my room and just like practicing and practicing singing. So that's why I said that one right there.
Okay, well done. Well done. You can always play like little mind tricks with yourself, right? Like just kind of imagine yourself. Here's what I've heard, right? I've heard of, and maybe you've heard of this before. You say, okay, well, yeah, just all you have to do if you have a fear of speaking in front of a big group or whatever, just imagine them in their underwear.
I heard of that.
You've heard of that too? Yeah. And so, I mean, that might work for some people, and then other people are like, oh, no, there's no way I'm imagining some of these people in their underwear. No, thank you. I mean, but it might work for some people. So you just got to do what works for you. All right. Well done, Jakaya. Oriana, what you got for this one?
I said the way. Well, first of all, I thought it was like a team thing because I saw Team Frost and I didn't see all that. So that was on my bad. But I said the way that you can get over your fears by not thinking too deep in it, because I usually mess up when I think too deep in if someone's staring at me awkward or if they lose interest in my thing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. All right. That's a good one. That's a good one. Don't get too deep in it. All right. Well done, Oriana. All right. So real quick, I'm going to just quickly review some of these. I got to increase the size to some of them. All right. So brainstorming different fears people have of speaking in public. So Joseph says accidentally forgetting what I was going to say. Yeah, that's a big one. Oriana says if the listener is uninterested. Okay. And again, it's tough to try to please everybody in the crowd, right? But they do feed off of you. So if they're uninterested, there's a chance maybe you might need to pep up your step. But if it's just one person, if you see one person that's not interested and everybody else seems like on the edge of their seats and really engaged, then it's not you, it's that one person. Okay. All right. Fumbling their words. Okay, that's a good one. Or getting lost. Let's see. One fear. I gotta increase. One fear of public speaking is when you completely stop talking. Okay. Sean House says speaker will mess up and embarrass him or herself. Wallace says one fear being laughed at or not being listened to. Okay. Especially when you're talking about something passionate. And then Sylvia says they probably think the audience isn't paying attention or will just make fun of their speech. Okay, well done. What's Justin saying? The audience is not giving the reaction the speaker wanted. Yeah, that's sure. Yeah, especially like when comedians, right? Because comedians are public speakers. They do that, but they speak to the public, to the crowd for laughs. And if they don't get a reaction that they were expecting, let's say they tell a joke and like 1 out of the 100 people in the room laugh, then yeah, it might need to either ball up and throw that joke away or maybe, present it a different way. Okay. And same thing with public speaking. Maybe you need to present it a different way. All right. Okay. Outstanding job, everybody. So great participation. A couple days ago, we had a PT session. That was just for A-Day classes. So next week, next Wednesday, we're going to have another PT session, but this time it's going to be for the B-Day classes. All right, so keep that in mind. Also, going back to this lesson, I'm going to give you the opportunity, because remember last time I think I mentioned, doing a flip grid, right, assignment. So I'm going to put together a flip grid assignment. I'll probably push that out this evening. If not this evening, then first thing tomorrow morning. And then I'll give you the weekend to do it, and it'll be due by next class. But it'll be something simple. You're not going to have to do any research in terms of the topic in regards to what you're going to be presenting. It'll be something most likely about either yourself or something that you've experienced. So something that you can easily take and formulate a little tiny short presentation for Flipgrid. So be on the lookout for that. All right. Any questions about the subject matter at hand? About anything? No? All right. I must have did an outstanding job with facilitating this lesson. That's what I just heard. Okay. You all have an amazing weekend. Stay safe. Be good. And don't talk to strangers. Wear your mask.
Have a nice day.
All right, you too, Wallace.